Welcome back to WolfQuest, everyone. I am Starry, and this is a new series we're starting with a young female wolf named Chalk. In this series, I will be teaching you guys how to play WolfQuest and some tips and tricks I've learned along the way. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to switch into scent view, which is the letter V on your keyboard. And we're going to walk towards the scents. You never want to walk away from them, because when you're walking away from them, then you're heading in the opposite direction of the animal. These pinkish scents are elk scents, and the purple is a mule deer. The scents that have a little flamey on them are territory marking scents. And the color of those changes depending on the color of the pack they come from. Here you can see we're just going to keep heading into the elk scents. They usually increase in frequency as you get nearer to the elk herd. Also, these light blue ones are moose. Light blue scents are moose, purplish scents are mule deer, and pink scents are elk. For this, we'll be following the pink scents because we are trying to find an elk herd. To walk, you can either use the top arrow, the up arrow, or the W letter on your keyboard. Both work. To lope, you can hit shift, then you're not running, you're not sprinting, but you are moving faster. To stop that, you can hit shift again, and then you're just walking. Or you can crouch walk by holding down control and W at the same time, or the control and the up button at the same time. Both work. To jump, you're going to hit X. Be careful when jumping off of tall things because you will get fall damage a lot of the time. And the fall damage increases depending on what you're jumping off of and the height. To open your emotes, which you'll need for courtship, which I'll show more later, you're going to hold down E, and then you can go through ears, voice, favorites, body, and tail. You can customize your favorites by going to an emoji, where we'll go to squeak, which is 7, and then you can right click and remove it from favorites, and then go to a different section of the emotes wheel and find another thing to add to your favorites. And when you have your favorites set, then your number keys will do those. So for mine, I have 1 set as a whine, 2 is woof, 3 is quay bow, and so on. Just an example. If you are not using your arrow keys, then A is your turning left button, and D is your turning right button. W is forward, and S turns you around to go in the opposite direction. Tab opens your pack stats, which is where you'll find both your stats, your future mate stats, and your future pup stats. Then you can also go to your bio, which you can left click on, and you can write in it while playing. It also shows your coat and your genetics down here, which can be helpful. Let me think. Space is your pickup button or your bite button. You also, when facing a puppy, can use it to regurgitate, but I'll show that more later when we have pups. Let's see. Okay, here's some elk roll them, and the time should decrease if you're following them correctly. Right now I'm sprinting, which is W and shift, or your arrow key and shift. Once again, both work. I'll just demonstrate what you do here. So you can left click that arrow above their head and you'll walk onto them. And then to bite, it's spacebar. Once you see those bite icons, you press and hold it down. And it should let you get a bite in just a second. Mule deer hunting is harder than hunting elk. Yep. And then up in your right hand corner, you will see the mule deer's health. Everything does damage to you, and you do damage to it. So right now I'm getting 8 damage for each bite, and I am giving 40 damage. You do want to let go before you are kicked off or shaken off. I'll show you. Right there I was shaken off and I got 20 instead of the 9. As they get more wounded, they do less, but you also receive less. Like, you do less, but they receive less. Neck bites are really good while you're playing on easy, which is what I'm playing on. If you can get them, when they're low, if you can get a neck bite, that's really helpful. So we're going to go back to the scent view. It looks like an elk herd. Let me check, I'm just going to see. Okay. Sounds are blowing this way, so I think they're over here. It's really easy to get turned around and mixed up while you're hunting elk and tracking them, so don't worry if that happens to you. It's a pretty common mistake to make. And the darker scores are for bull elk, which are significantly harder to hunt than cow. I'm going to snap out of scent view, which is just again V. And I'm going to stop sprinting and stay at a nice slope to my stamina regain. Right now we are playing on easy, and it is, it's easier on easy than it is on challenging. You do have to hunt differently in challenging. Alright, I want to show you this. These white spores are elk calves. So there are elk calves in this herd. Oftentimes I would recommend going for a calf. There's some elk bugling, collecting thrilled by me. They're not in love, but yeah. Alright, sometimes to get the herd moving, you gotta growl and bite. But remember, mothers are very protective of their young, and you will often end up getting stomped if you bite prematurely. So, also, trample damage. If you are hit by the elk, you will receive significant trample damage. So, I would recommend being careful. Being kicked off a elk calf is not quite as bad as being kicked off an adult elk, as they will do less damage overall. When you can, give yourself a chance to let your stamina regain. And if there are no elk calves in the herd, then I would recommend waiting it out and running them down until a full-grown elk stumbles and falls. Yeah. When you're in a situation where you are giving less damage than you're taking, I would often recommend letting go and reconsidering your bite. So we're going to go after the mother just to demonstrate. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 we're going to let go. And we're going to move around her. I usually go for a leg or the armpit until she's down pretty low, and then I'll go for the neck. If you're struggling to catch up to them, or you're struggling to get in a good bite, I usually just let them run around until they wear themselves out and stumble and fall. Which they will do. They're more prone to doing that. Alright, right there, that's a good exchange of damage. I am receiving 5 damage and I'm giving 24. Remember, this mostly applies to easy, as the hunting rules are pretty different in challenging. You want to approach hunts with much more caution in challenging than you will in easy. It was a less good damage exchange, but it was also tolerable. I'm receiving... Oh. So I'm going to go for the neck now. See, that's a really good exchange of damage on my part. So for this, I'm going to let her get up if she can. I don't know if she can. I'm going to press W and then press spacebar when I see those red bite marks. Yep. We're going to eat just a bite. We don't need much. And we're going to head off. So we finished the hunting quest. The mule deer was not part of that quest. Just gonna follow this elk and see if we can find her. I may be following her the completely wrong way, but... Okay, so see the scents are coming from here. You want to always go into the scents. Because that's where the elk are coming from. Or whatever you're following is coming from. Where the scents are. Is the calf we killed already? Is the herd? Nope, this is the bull elk herd. We are not doing that. So you know you can walk on, and then as soon as you hit V to go into scent view, you unlock. Then we're gonna just hunt this coyote because we can. So you're gonna grab on. I usually keep one finger on whatever button I'm using to accelerate or to move forward. Sometimes both. We showed him a lesson. So that is all for this first lesson on how to play WolfQuest. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time. It's been Starry Sky, over and out.